Hello, everyone. So in this short video, we are getting introduced to our first ever Singapore partner who is joining us as part of our SI partner network. And so with us, we have Thomas Lim, who is the Dean of the Center for Systems Leadership at the Singapore Institute of Management. And we have Joss Colchester, who is the founder of the SI network. And I'm Bowen, a member of the core team at SI. So let's get introduced. Thomas, would you mind telling us a bit about the Center for Systems Leadership?
Thank you, Boone. So the Center for Systems Leadership is 5 year old, and I joined them about 2.5 years ago. What I saw then was that we were already doing good work with the development of courseware for systems thinking and systems leadership for a number of clients, ranging from public sector to private sector. What I've done in the last 2.5 years at CSL is to make this a little bit more applicable in the work operating environment. In other words, what we are now proposing to do as our core value proposition is not just to train, but also to be able to help them solve real life business problems, right? Using a range of systems, thinking tools, a lot of them from Peter Sengi's work in systems dynamics and Dr. Daniel Kim. And what we were doing as part of our interventions is to develop a set of advisory services that will help them beyond just the training to coaching and project advisory and mentoring services. So what I think has become a lot more exciting for us now is that SIM and CSL are no longer just doing pure training. We are doing the applied learning. And I think that's a lot more valuable to our clients these days.
Brilliant. Thanks for that, Thomas. And so now over to you, Joss. Can you tell us a bit about this collaboration and where you see the opportunities for it going forward?
Sure. Thanks a lot, Bowen. Good to see you here, Thomas. So Thomas reached out a few months ago, and we've been having conversations about how to work together, but also getting to know the Center for Systems Leadership better. They've been doing great work, as mentioned, around upskilling civil servants and managers across Singapore in systems thinking, and also the academy, as you can see in the background of Thomas's screen there, is 60 years old. So they've been doing a lot of work in management in Singapore, trying to improve the quality, and then more specifically here around systems leadership. So it's been great to learn about the center and then have these conversations about how we might work together. We've explored a few different opportunities. We were actually having a meeting with the team yesterday, talking about integrating the SI content into their offerings and what they're doing, but also how we can support, as Thomas said, these clients who want to move more into kind of challenge-based learning or the challenges that they have. And we, as you'll know from SI, we do a lot of workshops, we have a lot of tools and so forth, and really feel that can be a good fit and synergy with what they're doing to provide them with that kind of capacity to run those workshops and more challenge-based learning and challenge-based approaches. So that's one area, the whole content, workshops and so forth. We're also exploring developing position papers. Coming up in October, for example, systems thinking for a younger generation, systems thinking in the context of, the age of AI, systems thinking also in healthcare, which is something they're trying to explore more at the Center for Systems Leadership. We're also talking about potentially going there next year. They run these 5-day kind of immersive programs in person for these leaders in Singapore, and potentially myself going there to be part of those trainings. So a lot of opportunities, and I'd say we're just still exploring those. So looking forward to what follows here, and just say thank you a lot, Thomas, for making that initial connection. It's great to get this started.
Great. Sounds very exciting. Thanks, Joss. And so, Thomas, is there anything that you wanted to build upon there or anything that you wanted to share about this collaboration from your perspective?
Yeah, so I think the opportunities for collaboration are plenty, right? From positioning papers to being able to facilitate ecosystem-wide conversations around how systems thinking can help organizations or organizations within the sector come together to solve wicked mess, wicked problems. I think that's a very interesting thing that hasn't been done in Singapore before in a systemic way. So what I was hoping to get through this collaboration is exactly what Josh is talking about, which is to kind of like make sure that this domain of work, this body of work that systems thinking can afford, becomes a little bit more prevalent in Singapore and in our organizations that are dealing with this sort of complexity in an ever increasing difficult environment. And hopefully that through this applied learning method, we are able to be more relevant to them. When Josh showed some of these facilitation tools and content that SI has developed over the years, I think those are very relevant for deeper conversations that you might not be able to get from a one-to-one or a small group conversations. So I'm looking forward for this collaboration to yield a lot more value to the clients as well as organizations at large in Singapore. Yeah, and just watch this space.
Brilliant. Yeah, it seems like a really, really interesting use case in the education and training space. And there's a good amount of overlap with, kind of the foundations of SI as well, which was really geared towards, making this great content, knowledge more accessible to everyone. So yeah, really looking forward to
Yeah.
seeing how this unfolds.
I'd also say that there's a geographical aspect to it, right? Singapore's a long way from London, and it's great, connected to a very different ecosystem, different part of the planet. So great to make that connection also.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. So yeah, thanks a lot, both. We really look forward to seeing how this evolves. And if you are interested in learning more about the SI Partner Network and how that works, in the event description, you'll find a link to the guide and everything that you need to know about that. And on that note, thanks a lot for joining us today, and thanks for Thomas and Joss. Thanks.
Great. Thanks, Brian. Talk to you soon.
Thank you.